Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, y'all? What is crack-a-lackin'? It is your girl Tracy with Ascension 225 Tarot and Oracle. What is crack-a-lackin', y'all? Well, I'm about to get into an end of the month now and until the end of the month reading for our Gemini collective of the universe. So if you were a Gemini born May 21st or May 22nd through June 21st, you are a Gemini sun. If you have Gemini anywhere in your chart, then feel free. This is also your reading as well. Okay, so listen, Gemini, I hope you're doing well. I've taken a little bit of a sabbatical, but I am back, you guys. So I wanted to delve into your energy until the end of the year to see what Spirit wants and needs you to know. Any sort of guidance, advice, heads up, anything like that. So find a nice cozy spot where you're able to receive, and we're about to jump into your we'll just call it your December reading. Okay, we still have a few days left in November. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate. Happy Friendsgiving if that's what you celebrate. If you don't celebrate at all, then just enjoy the moments, the days, the hours, the minutes. Okay, you guys? I know that sounded corny, but that's what came to mind. All right, so it really feels like a beautiful fall day yesterday and today here in Atlanta. The leaves are falling. There's a nice crispness to the air, and it feels really, really, really like that sort of harvest type of energy going on. All right, so listen, before we go any deeper, I hope you found your nice cozy spot. You got your green tea or, you know, your shot of tequila or whatever it is that you're drinking or smoking on. I don't know. But that's your prerogative. Before we get started, just know this is not a personal reading. This is a collective reading for all the Geminis of the universe. If you are able to get nuggets that really resonate with you and your soul, then that's perfect. Okay, you were meant to see this today. If nothing resonates with you today, then maybe this just wasn't your reading, and you can go ahead and look at some of my other videos to see if maybe they resonate with you. All of my videos, I might say 30 days or 45 days or whatever, but they're all timeless because there is no time in the spirit realm. Okay, so whatever applies will apply. So with that being said, do your girl a solid and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow, and it helps me tap into your individual energy. Everybody that taps gives me that vibrational energy that I want to give back to you as well. And it also helps the channel grow. Okay, you guys? So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so Gemini, hope you're doing well. My twins of the universe. I'm a Gemini, May 22nd. So let's see what applies. If you do need a personal reading, you can hit me up at ascension225tarot at gmail.com, and we can go ahead and get you started. Everything's in the description box, the different ways that you can book me, and a little bit of information about myself in the description box. All right, Gemini, here we go. You ready? Let's get it. We're going to start with Oracle cards first, and then we're going to pull a few cards from the tarot deck to see what Spirit wants and needs you to know until the end of the year, okay? All right, so we just had a new moon on the 19th or on the 20th in some parts of the world. Today is the 22nd. We're still feeling that residual energy from the new moon. The new moon is all about a new start, a new beginning. It's about renewing your spirit, renewing your soul, renewing your thought process even. It's about tapping into your feelings, that moon energy, tapping into those emotions, those feelings, identifying them, and, just going with the flow of things, all right? So now that we've got this new moon energy, it's also that time to release, cleanse, whatever doesn't fit, whatever burdens are there that are not yours to carry, release that shit, okay? Just release it. All right, so I pulled a few, I can't talk. Mercury retrograde, my goodness. Yes, and on top of that, Geminis, our ruling planet of Mercury is in a retrograde right now. So I don't know if you're being affected, but sometimes the way I'm thinking and the way I'm talking doesn't quite compute. All right, so the first card that came out for you is Waxing Gibbous Moon, and that is almost there. You're almost there, Gemini. Whatever you've been working on, seeking, building on, manifesting, you are almost there, okay? And we are about to step into 2026, which is considered a 10-year, according to numerology. And that is also about new beginnings, new starts, renewal, and releasing what no longer serves us, loves us, supports us. We're going to leave that in 2025. You're almost there, Gems. Keep going. And by the next waxing gibbous moon, you'll be there or on your way there. I don't know when the next waxing gibbous moon is, but you can Google that, okay? And then what came in the crossing, which is a very strong energy, is this partial solar eclipse. Now, we went through a few eclipses in the month of September. All right, that's notorious eclipse season. We had a solar eclipse as well as a lunar eclipse. It says the light in the shadows. I feel like a lot of you all, and maybe it has been since September, you have been shining the sun or a light into those shadow areas of yourself that we all have. Maybe we're not proud of having them, but we all have those shadow sides of ourselves, right? We're not just full of light, right? There's always a yin and a yang to everything. So maybe during that time period, you started shining light into those shadow areas, uncovering what needs to be uncovered, whether it's, childhood trauma or whatever else it is that you need to shine a light on, so that you don't continue to carry around baggage, okay? All right. So what's the tea? What's the tea? I've got powerless. The power struggle is real in the crossing. So maybe some of you guys feel like the struggle is real. And for a lot of us Americans, the struggle is real right now, right? With this administration and the things that have been going on, the shutdowns and this and everything else. All right. Maybe you are feeling powerless in a way. Maybe you are struggling in a way, right? Go with the flow. Go with the flow. You're almost there, Gemini, if this has been a struggle for you. All right. And then I've got choosing the right path for us. So maybe some of you are choosing the right path for you and your significant other, you and your family, choosing the right direction, the right path. You know what I mean? Or maybe this is choosing the right path for us. Maybe that's choosing the right path for you and your twin. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I feel like you're focused on going in the direction and that you should be going in, Geminis, and shining the light in the areas that where the light needs to be shown in those shadows, right? That creates healing in many different ways. And I've got back to the good old times. Back to the good old times, back to enjoying life, getting out of this struggle type of mentality or this feeling and getting back to the good old times. I don't know, maybe when you were a couple, maybe this is your best friend, maybe this is a family member, I don't know. Maybe there's been some sort of struggles with you and a connection of yours, Gemini. All right. So what do your angels want you to know now and until the end of the year? I've got the Holy Spirit. Miracles are possible. Your ability to experience miracles is down to your capacity to believe that miracles are possible for you. Don't give up hope. A real turnaround is possible now. The light of angels is surrounding you, inviting you to step into the most gracious receiving state possible. Open up your heart, Gemini, and expect a miracle solution. You are worthy. Know it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very interesting. All right. Miracles do happen. I love this. And then we've got Archangel Elohim. I mean, not Archangel Elohim. Elohim is the name for our Creator. And that is your karmic debts are paid. Whatever karmic debts you had, Gemini, you are paid in full. It's over. You don't have to make any more, you don't have to be on the payment plan any longer. All right? Your karmic debt is closed out, or you are almost there. Okay? I love it. Ancestral wisdom. I've got stay balanced. Sunset doesn't choose day or night. It embraces both. All right? Stay in balance, Gemini. Some of you will be doing some traveling if you haven't already. Travel is in your future. Every crossed border expands the soul's map, and that is a true statement. Travel broadens your life and your experiences exponentially, more so than any other thing. Wait for signs. Be like this High Priestess. This came up in your at the bottom of one of my major arcana decks. Be like this High Priestess who doesn't make a move unless she consults Holy Spirit. Okay? Yeah, that all-knowing energy. Yeah? Wait for the signs. Wind carries messages. Tune your ears to the whispers of Spirit, because that's how Spirit communicates. And then lastly, I've got all is well. Chaos is just dance, disguised as chaos. I love these cards. All is well, Gemini. You're almost there. Okay? Wait for the signs. All right? Yes, yes, yes. I love this. All right. And lastly, Spirit suggestions on how the Gemini Collective can practice self-care now and over the next 45 days. We're gearing up for Thanksgiving and the holidays, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, all that we're gearing up for as we are about to close out year 2025, which can create stress in your life, Gemini. So listen, stay balanced, stay calm, cool, and collected. Know that all is well, right? Okay, yes. And you're choosing the right path for yourself or your family. What you can do is forgive, because forgiveness is for you. So whatever it is that you've been holding on to, remember we talked about the new moon as being an opportunity to release what no longer serves you. All right, and that maybe you need to release those harsh feelings or whatever, and allow forgiveness to to be the main focus, because it's for you, not them. Get more done. Maybe you need to make a list, a to-do list. And then I've got eat clean, eat well, eat nutritionally, include all of the colors of the rainbow. All right. And I definitely am feeling that one for sure. So we're going to save the universal card for the very last, and we are going to go ahead and get into your tarot read. Let me shuffle first, and then I will talk about these two major arcana cards here for you, Gemini. Holy Spirit, we are tapping in and tuning into the Gemini Collective now until the end of the year. What do you need our Geminis to know, Holy Spirit, especially with the energy that you've already shown us? What do our Geminis need to know, hear, see, and feel now until the end of the year using this tarot deck? Let's go ahead and cut the cards. All right. All right. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So let's talk about the major arcana here that came out for you. I have two major arcana decks. The major arcana, it's just all of your life experiences, everything you've experienced up until now. That hard-hitting energy, though, it's not like fleeting type of energy. It's your experiences up until now, and that major arcana energy. I've got the death and rebirth card, Eminem looking pissed off, right? This is death and rebirth. This is that Scorpio energy. And death and rebirth, you might have to put certain things to death. Figuratively speaking, I just saw 11:11. No, I'm sorry. I thought that said 11:11. Oh my God, it said 15:15. I need to put my glasses on. But this is the death and rebirth card, and this is all about maybe having to put certain things to death. Figuratively speaking, people, places, or things that no longer serve you, love you, nurture you, respect you, whatever. Maybe it's time to close the door on some of those things, right? And from that wisdom and those lessons, it's like you're reborn again, because you have this new knowledge that spirit has hit you with, right? Death and rebirth. I love that. And then we've got the strength card, which represents Leo energy. Okay, so this is about being courageous even in the face of fear, being courageous, being strong, having that intestinal fortitude, right? Even while these changes are going on, right? Death and rebirth can be kind of scary, right? But just knowing and having that intestinal fortitude to know that you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. All right, so Holy Spirit, what do we have here? And on the bottom of that deck, I've got the Wheel of Fortune. All right, this is, your destiny, fulfilling your destiny, and, just whatever you put out there is coming back to you. It's a cyclical type of thing, right? And whatever you throw out there comes right back to you. So you put good juju out there, your fate and destiny is that you will receive good juju back, right? Yeah, that's also about learning karmic lessons. Part of and you saw that your karmic debt has been paid, so that could be a part of this Wheel of Fortune, is that your karmic debt is paid. That's part of your fate and your destiny. Whatever you put out there has paid off that debt, and so you can move freely, right? So on the bottom of the deck, I've got the Knight of Wands. You may be traveling, like we saw before in one of these cards. You may be traveling, because the Knight of Wands is somebody who seeks adventure, somebody who is unencumbered, right? Somebody who's not tied down, who can travel and have all these wonderful life adventures. So maybe that's what you're doing right now, Gemini. And what's in the middle? Six of Swords. Yeah, you're going and moving towards peaceful times and harmony and balance, right? Away from that 5 energy of conflict, misunderstandings, not getting along. You're moving away from that, and you're moving into that 6 energy, which is very calm and serene and balanced, okay? All right, what do we have for Gemini? 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 4 of Cups. On the bottom, we've got the Emperor, the 2 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. All right, interesting. What's going on here? All right, so we've got the 9 of Pentacles. This is you, Gemini. This is how you come across as this very abundant. This is, the 9 represents you as an individual. You are abundant. You've got your own thing going on. You make your own bread. You fend for yourself, and you're abundant at it. Okay. Having someone else in your life would bring you the ultimate. I mean, when you join forces with another, then that's when you step into that 10 of Pentacles of having, the ultimate prosperity and family and all that other good stuff that comes from joining forces with another. Okay. Then we've got the Seven of Pentacles, right? This is you, you know, looking at whatever it is that you want to invest in. You're looking at it from a wise point of view, right? What can I invest in that, even though I can't see it right away, I know that if I choose this garden and water this garden and nurture this garden, even though I can't see what's happening underneath the dirt, I'm pretty sure if I make the investment that it's going to pay in dividends once it, you know, whatever's growing underneath cracks the earth and I start seeing it with my own eyes. Wise investment here. Maybe you're making a wise investment in yourself. All right, I love that. Choosing a path, maybe. Choosing a path that you're passionate about, that you want to go down, that, you know, really makes your heart sing. Okay? This also, you know, in most of the Two of Wands cards, there's a globe in the card somewhere, and, you know, maybe you're choosing where to travel. Maybe you're choosing to move somewhere new. And then I've got the Four of Cups. Yeah, the Four of Cups is, you know, just maybe whatever it was ain't what it used to be, I guess, is probably the best way I could say that. Maybe whatever it was for you is no longer what it used to be. The Four of Cups is somebody offering somebody 4 cups of love and emotion, but for whatever reason the person doesn't take the cups because they're either bored or, you know, they're just not interested, or their heart is guarded. They've been hurt before and they don't want to go down that road of opening up themselves and being vulnerable, so they close themselves off. This is maybe you being closed off to love right now, right? Closed off to building something with another person. Maybe this is time for you to take time to yourself, to meditate. As that Nine of Pentacles, you abundant solo dolo, right? Maybe this is you making an investment and choosing a path where you will be appreciated, where you will be acknowledged, right? Yeah. Down below we've got the Emperor, and that is Aries energy. The Emperor, you know, this is somebody who is, as you can see, is a woman, right? Sort of androgynous in a way, but the Emperor is a leader. The Emperor rules a kingdom, so this is somebody that people look up to, respect, admire. Somebody who's able to rule a kingdom, take care of home as well, right? Yeah, I feel like you're coming across as this leader, you know, this Nine of Pentacles, who is very strong and can fend for yourself, and people look up to you and people respect you and admire you for the leader that you are, Gemini. So I don't know, you may be conflicted here. There may be some sort of conflict, or you might be at a crossing in the road where you're not sure. Maybe you need to make a decision, but your brain doesn't know which choice to make or decision to make or whatever. All right, this is you being at a crossroads. Maybe you being at a crossroads about what you want to invest in, the Seven of Pentacles, right? Maybe you're not sure yet. And then I've got a Ten of Swords. You will be closing out a painful cycle. Maybe the last 10 years have been an up and down roller coaster ride. Maybe been a painful cycle for you. Maybe you experienced loss,
disappointment, heartbreak in that time frame, and now that chapter is ending for you. So now once this chapter is ending for you, you can choose which path you want to go down with this Two of Wands. And then we've got Nine of Swords, anxiety, depression, unsure, right? This can't eat, can't sleep type of energy. Yeah, I feel like you're closing out the chapter on a painful cycle, and especially a cycle that made you feel this way, anxious, unsure, nervous, overthinking, all that other stuff. Maybe because of this Four of Cups type of energy, maybe you or the other person were in this Four of Cups energy, unappreciative, bored, uninterested. So not only did we see the Knight of Wands earlier, but we've got the Seven of Cups here. Maybe you have a lot of options and a lot of choices, or you will, Gemini, and this is you making a wise decision. Maybe that's why this Two of Swords is here, you being conflicted, because maybe you have a lot of options to choose from, which when you have 7 options to choose from, anything over 3 options can create confusion and conflict, right? So maybe about what it is you want to invest in, maybe you need to choose about that. All right, and maybe you might hit a roadblock where you might be at a crossroads in making this decision, but use discernment, right? Yeah, use discernment. Just like this card says, wait for the signs. Wait for the signs of guidance, right? Why? Because you are this High Priestess energy. She doesn't make a move without consulting Spirit. And then you can jump in your chariot and go where you need to go, right? Yeah, in a decisive type of manner, right? And here we go. The Emperor drives the chariot. Okay, you drive your chariot with confidence and decisiveness. All right, so you might have to overcome a few hurdles, or not sure about, excuse me, not sure which direction or which route you're going to go down. All right, there may be time where you need to wait for the signs, okay? Because this is in your future. Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new opportunity, a brand new gift from Spirit for you. A brand new opportunity. This could be a gift of money, or some other gift of abundance that Spirit will be gifting you with, right? Listen to that voice that guides you so that you can get to this, Geminis. All right, and you can kick off the new year with blessings, abundance, and prosperity, right? And a new opportunity, maybe a new opportunity. Or maybe a new spark will be, kicked off in you. A new spark to go towards something that you're passionate about, right? But lastly, trust. Trust, trust, trust. Get the moon energy, Cancerian energy. We talked about the moon energy earlier, about tapping into your emotions. The moon is all about your emotions, feeling them, identifying them, and not making any moves until Spirit whispers in your ear, okay? Because you're going to wait for the signs. All All right, and all will be well, Gemini. All will be well. As long as you're working in conjunction with the spirit and your spirit team. All right, maintain your balance. Okay. All right, lastly, we've got your universal message. It says, choice is the most powerful tool that you have, Gemini. Every choice you make shuts some doors, but also opens several other doors, bringing new experiences into your life. At any given time, you can change the direction of your life. Yes, driving this chariot, you can change the direction of your life, right? Because you're the emperor of your life, right? You are only one choice away. Yes. Closing doors and new doors open. You just have to have the strength and the intestinal fortitude and the courage to do it. Okay? Alright. Alright, Gemini. I hope this really resonated with your soul. Take care. God bless. Happy holidays. Alright? Be safe out there.